What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all from Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, one of the biggest film capitals of the entire United States. And today, guys, I am with Sonya Thompson.
How's it going?
One of the lead zombies from The Walking Dead, from what, seasons 1 through 3?
1 through 2.
Oh, 1 through 2.
Yeah.
1 through 2. She was also a zombie on Zombieland, and not Zombieland 2, just Zombieland.
Yeah, just the first one.
But anyway, guys, today we are doing a filming locations video of The Walking Dead. Yes, in October of 2011, AMC released something that has not only spanned such an amazing award-winning show, it has also created a world of its own and multiple other shows like Fear the Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lived. And anyway, guys, today Sonya's going to show me around Atlanta, and she's going to show me the filming locations of one of the greatest zombie apocalypse series that has ever existed. So, for the very first beginning filming location, Sonya, what were you telling me about this rail yard right here?
This is what they use for the poster of The Walking Dead. This was part of it. They had CGI'd the railroad tracks in with the downtown, interstate to make that poster of Rick riding on the horse into town. So it's pretty cool. Of course, there's a train coming, so that kind of messes up the whole thing. I do believe it's this side.
So yeah, you guys, imagine. This is the actual spot where the Walking Dead themed poster was first filmed. It was actually here. In order how they got that look like Rick Grimes walking into Atlanta. And right across the street from that area, this is the building. What were you saying, Sonya?
I believe this is where Merle was handcuffed on top of the roof.
Oh wow, and that was like the beginning scenes of The Walking Dead when, like, Rick comes into the city. He's trying to find out what's going on. Like, you have like military vehicles strung throughout the streets. And probably one of the biggest scenes that I remember from season 1 is when Rick got into the tank for safety, and well, he found out that, well, the soldiers weren't exactly dead. And I remember he got oh, what was it, tendonitis, like when there's ringing in the ears because he fired the weapon in the tank. Alrighty, you guys, we are coming up to a really, really cool spot. This is the genesis of the, well, I won't say the genesis, the beginnings of Walking Dead season 1. And what were you saying, Sonya?
This is where they had went inside, to, escape the zombies and stuff. And if you notice over here on the left-hand side, that door where the name of it is reversed. I don't know if you see it through all this, but that was for the TV show. So when they were showing outward, that's what you saw. But I think this is where she had gotten the necklace or whatever for her sister and all that in there. So, but yeah, pretty cool.
And so this was the inside where the whole scene with the necklace took place, or was that actually filmed on a set? Well,
oh no, all that was filmed inside here where she had taken it for her sister. I believe it was for her sister. But yeah, so looks like they're doing some renovation. Gonna change it out and do something cool with it.
Well, dang.
Yeah.
Talk about like a hidden piece of Hollywood history here in Atlanta. We've only really just touched the surface, and wow.
So this right here is on Forsyth Street. You remember when Lynn comes to get from the fire escape alley to go get the guns at the tank? Well, this is the alley. This right here is the alley that he ran from. He came down this way, and when he came out of this particular gate right here, he stopped off at a car that was sitting right here, like a great car, in front of the State Farm. The State Farm is actually in the scene.
Really?
I was sitting in the back seat of this car when Glenn comes out of that alley. He stops right here. When he stops right here, that wakes me up. So I'm just like, So then that's when I go get out of the car to go after him. And what's kind of cool is I actually, when he came back with the guns and stuff, I actually chased him back down to that alley, but that's the part that they cut. So when we got down here and he slammed that door, the cameras didn't see this, but I was reaching in and we were doing hand, you know, like hand fist bumps and stuff like that, you know, and I'm acting like with the other hand I'm still trying to get him, you know, and we're reaching through doing stuff like that. It was kind of funny. But that was really neat. That was a really cool scene. I had actually worked through lunch that day. Myself and about 5 others worked through lunch that day so we could get that scene shot. And that was really, really a cool scene. And then later on in the scene, we're all chasing them down that alley to the fire escape, which you can't see from here. But we chased them down, and I took a body shot from Rick in that alleyway right there. And so it was just a shoulder shot, so, you know, and then I just went back and chased after him until we got to the fire escape, and we're all trying to reach up and get him and stuff, which was really cool. There's another scene that had got cut on the other end of that alley where we all had to run and we jumped into a car trying to get to some people and stuff and everything, so, but they had cut that one. So, you know, you can't use everything, but that's really cool. So on down here is where the tank set. So right there, at Walton and Forsyth, that corner right there, where that walkway is, that is where the tank sat right there.
Oh, wow.
It was just right in here. And so they had like some dummies sitting around. This whole place looked apocalyptic. I mean, it was crazy. There was like dirt, like sandbags, you know, piled up around everything, you know, and there was like some dummy soldiers hanging over and things like that. And then of course the horse right over there.
Really?
Yeah, so the horse that all the zombies were attacking was right over in this area next to the tank. It might have been over on this other side of the tank, but I want to say it was right over there. And so that was really cool stuff. And when we came in from a horde, we came from this direction, and Granite came toward it, and so really neat stuff. So it's just like the horde of zombies were downtown right here. 4 city blocks were actually closed off for like the weekend just so we could film these downtown scenes, and we closed them off more than once. And I mean, they totally had to come in overnight, make this place look apocalyptic, putting all this trash around, all these dirtied up cars that like they've been sitting for a long time. It looked pretty freaking real. I was going home having like nightmares.
Oh, really?
You know, which I was only getting like 2 or 3 hours sleep because I was working 16-hour days down here. But it was crazy. It was a crazy time. But this was the pilot right here, man. The pilot happened right here, you know, and then like a lot of the other episodes happened right down here. Episode 4 that I was in happened right here because he had to come back and get the guns.
So I mean, you would never know it unless, oh, this is cool, son. Dang. So this is where it all happened, you guys.
Where it all began, right here.
Oh my God, where Rick came in, he got in the tank. Sonya's roll was right here. Glenn came out of that sidewalk area right there. It all happened in this spot.
Yeah, and I had to climb up on top of the tank too.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh.
Yeah, I had climbed up on top of the tank. They had me some wooden boxes where I could get up on top, and there was a couple others that they had wooden boxes so we could climb up on top of the tank. And we're stretching, trying to get Rick as he's coming up out of it. And somebody in one of these high-rise buildings took pictures of us that day, and they released them, but we were doing everything on secret. Everything was a secret. We couldn't tell anybody what we were working on. So we all signed those contracts and stuff that we couldn't tell anybody what we were working on. And even if somebody wanted to stop and get a picture with us, because we had to walk like 3 or 4 city blocks, maybe a couple blocks or so, down here just to film, and we had to walk through a little park, and there was people playing checkers and stuff, and when they saw us they just kind of stopped and, you know, mid-move, they're like, so it was pretty crazy stuff. This is where we did it, man.
Oh wow.
Here's where the tank was at. The horse was right over there. horde of zombies would come around the corner down there and came up this street toward the tank. And they had some green screen stuff at some point. There was to make it like there was more zombies than what there were, but there was only 150 of us that was coming up through here.
Only 150.
Yeah, 150, but they used some green screens along on the other side, on either side of the tank and stuff right here to make it like there was just more and more and more zombies attacking the tank than what there really was. Like it was just being covered. So that last episode of the pilot, you know, it's just like, well, it might not have been the last one, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched. But anyway, so this was cool. But all this was all, man, it was just like so apocalyptic. It really was. It was crazy down here. But that's exactly where the horse was at. So when he came up and the zombies were trying to get him while he was on the horse, you know, it was rearing up and stuff, I was standing over on this side. And I actually, at one point, a few of us were trying to go underneath the tank to get Rick when he was under the tank, too. So there's a lot. They first had me on the horse, and everybody kept piling on top of me, and I'm very claustrophobic, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. So that's when they moved me over here to climb, you know, to crawl up underneath the tank to get Rick at that point. So I was on top of the tank, crawled up underneath to get him. I chased the horse with the horde. I came out of the side alley down there. Well, I went into the side alley at some point to go after him, took a body shot. I was sitting in the back seat of the car, episode 4 of Altos. So this was just amazing. This was very, very amazing. So pretty cool stuff.
That is just so cool to see, like how, you know, they do the different filming locations and they make it feel like it's all in one. Well, technically it is in one spot. Well, not technically. Anyway, let's continue onward.
The main thing now is to maybe drive to some of these places.
After seeing that, Sonya and I are heading to what was the park called?
Grant Park.
Grant Park. We will be heading to Grant Park. We will also be heading to Rick's house, and there was a third one, wasn't it?
I think you want to go to the fake CDC.
The CDC building. There we go. Anyway, guys, onward. Gosh, this is a very beautiful neighborhood. Anyway, Sonya is riding with me. We weren't really able to get too much good of parking, but I want to show you this. This is Rick Grimes' house. Yes, in season 1 of The Walking Dead, when he wakes up and he's trying to find out where he's at, this is the house that he comes back to. He finds out that there's really nothing here. And it is very much apocalyptic. Nothing is here. And actually not far from here, the scene where the girl that was only half a zombie, I think that's probably going to be the next place that we're going to. But yeah, imagine waking up in a hospital bed, realizing that he is not where he needs to be, and then, you know, he sees the door where it says the dead are here. Very scary in the world of The Walking Dead. It's really cool to see that this house is here. This is cool. It's really cool to hear about this world that was created that they call The Walking Dead. And now the cool part about the Rick Grimes house, the Morgan house actually isn't all that far away as well. So we're gonna stop at that house next. And here it is, you guys. This is the Morgan house.
Come on.
This is where Rick Grimes met Morgan. And they even have a plaque. Although, looks like you can see a little bit of it. Yeah. See, look, there's Rick right there. There's people standing right there.
This is where my friend Max got hit in the head and taken out. He was a zombie.
Really?
Yeah. So I want to say he was in this area when he got like hit in the head and everything. So that was pretty cool.
So
a zombie died right here.
that is incredible.
Twice he's died. He died, came back to life, then he got killed again. I mean, yeah, a zombie's life.
Yeah, a zombie's life for me.
I
But
do
yeah,
like the new color though. It was yellow in the show and now it's a pretty blue.
yeah. Think about it. He was right here. And just across the street from the Morgan house and the Rick Grimes house, here is where Bicycle Girl was, well, in the general area. But Bicycle Girl, as you all remember, she was the half zombie that Rick saw laying on the ground. And as he went up to her, she tried going after him.
Yep, and they used Grant Park for that location. So they actually had her wear like a blue pants outfit. And so then when she was doing her crawling and stuff, then because of the grass being green, they had her wear blue. And that way they could make her legs disappear and stuff when they did the computer generation imaging and stuff. So that's how they made that happen. So, but it took I think it was like 3 or 4 hours for them to get all the stuff on her, but she had to go out to California and have all the, I think she was out there for like a few days where they plastered her upper body and stuff and made a,
Really?
yeah, so they did that so they could make all the prosthetics and everything that they needed so she could put that on, and then it took several hours for her to get made up into that, and then they did everything, so it's pretty cool. Movie magic, man. Movie magic.
Well, unfortunately, Sonya had to head on. She had some prior engagements. But anyway, you guys, now the first part of the opening poster for The Walking Dead, we saw that at the first part of the video, but where a lot of the main photo came from of Rick Grimes walking into the city actually came from the Johnson Street Bridge. And this is the bridge. Right here is where Rick Grimes walked into the city on, well, he didn't walk, he was on horseback. But in the opening shots of The Walking Dead of season 1, he came to a very, very scary sight. You see, on one end of the road, you had cars trying to get out of Atlanta. On the other side, there was absolutely nothing. So, like in the show, when the outbreak happened of the zombie apocalypse, people were trying to get out, they were trying to get away, while there was absolutely nothing left. And we're standing on the bridge where this was filmed. Now this is awesome. Another awesome piece of Hollywood history in my very own backyard. Now we're heading to another place. In this next place, it was filmed in the very first episode of The Walking Dead. And that is the hospital. You know, of course, where that very iconic scene is, where Rick wakes up from his hospital bed and he sees that big giant sign that said, you know, that big giant closed off door that said, "Dead in here, do not open." Very scary. Well, anyway, we're heading to that building. That's going to be our next filming location. Now, it took a little bit of driving to get to, but we are now officially here. Actually, it was about 20 minutes out of the way. But this is the Atlanta mission. However, in the Walking Dead universe, season 1, this was the hospital that Rick Grimes was in. See, at the beginning of the series, how it all starts is Rick got shot in the leg. And from there, he passed out. However, he woke up to find that the world he had gone unconscious to was not the same world that he had woken up to. In fact, This new world was scary. You see, it was in this building where Rick Grimes walked through, or got out of his hospital bed, carried his water bag thing, his IV, and he walked down the room. It was dirty, it was trashed, but then he saw something that shook him to his core. And there is probably one of the most iconic scenes of The Walking Dead. It said, "Do not open, dead in here. The Walking Dead." Now Rick, he will he'll get dressed up and he'll make his way throughout the building to the outside, and this is where he will see bodies upon bodies laying upon each other. And this is where he came to that fateful sight. In this parking lot, in this area right here, this is where all the bodies were stacked up on top of one another. This is when Rick realized he was not the same world that he had gone into a coma over. And it's cool to think, present day, it looks like it is just kind of, sitting. I'm not sure if I think the Atlanta mission has moved, quite possibly. But yeah, the hospital that Rick was in, where he first got a taste of the zombie world that he was upon, that was upon him. It's so weird. He went unconscious for that entire time, and then he saw what world came in front of him. There is one more place we are going to that is on my Walking Dead filming locations video, and we are going to probably what is the most iconic filming location with at least season 1 of Walking Dead. It's the most easiest to point out, and it's the easiest to find, and that of course is the CDC building, or I should say CDC building. Now, I don't know how much of you all remember the very first season finale of The Walking Dead, but let me refresh you guys. You see, near the end of season 1 of The Walking Dead, they were Rick and his family and friends, his compadres that had come together, his convoy, I guess is another word of putting it. They wanted an answer to what this mysterious zombifying infection was. Now this infection, even really throughout the series itself, it's kind of kept a secret on where the actual virus comes from. Although in later episodes it is found out that the virus originated from a lab in Paris, France, and it came to America via some French scientists. And anyway, then of course, you had patient 0 that caused the original outbreak. And now, well, this is the Cobb Energy Center, or the Cobb Energy Center for the Performing Arts. Anyway, it's a big giant venue. But in the Walking Dead series, this is CDC headquarters of America. This is where they believe that somebody might know the answers. However, we really find out what happens. You see, there is only one scientist left alive at the CDC during The Walking Dead in the season finale of season 1. And probably one of the most memorable scenes I remember from those last few episodes is when he has his wife who has actually been zombified, and he has meat on this table and she completely destroys it and eats it, and yet he tries to study her blood to see if he cannot find an answer to what this disease is. Now, of course, later on in that same episode, they do find out that all of them are carriers of this particular virus. Like, they believe that the virus came about through the water system and the sewage systems in Atlanta, Georgia, and it just went from there and kind of spread. But if you get bit by a zombie, supposedly that wakes up the sleeping cells and the sleeping virus within you, or you might die, and that's how you come back to life as a zombie. And also we find out that that Rick's wife is pregnant with another child. I'm not sure if it was Shane's kid or Rick's, but I just remember that how they found out that she was pregnant was because they looked at her DNA. And in the final few moments of season 1 of The Walking Dead, this building, of course, is set to detonate, and you know it is demolished. And really, that's the end of season 1, which is really cool. This was a fun vlog. I'm surprised that it did not come to mind for a very long time. You see, my friend Sonya, I met her at Dragon Con, and of course, I mean, probably what piqued my interest and probably what got our friendship started was talking about our interests in the film industry. Now, luckily, she is what do you call it? Unionized. She's a bit more far ahead of the curve than I am. But anyway, really awesome woman, really great friend, and she showed me a lot of these places today, so you have her to thank about it. I mean, she is one incredible friend. Which, by the way, I got to show you all this. As of the recording of this video, it is March 2nd, but this video will be going out March 4th. So it is the day before my birthday, March 5th. Although I am a Pisces, March 5th. Yes, my birthday is March 5th, the day before this video drops. But anyway, she got me a birthday card, and she also got me this. Sonya Thompson, Walker. And let me see, what's it written in? Something rock. Zombies rock. There we go. She wrote Zombies rock. But anyway, Sonya Thompson. Anyway, thank you, Sonya. I really appreciate this. Thank you for this awesome birthday present. And what a great way to celebrate an early birthday by seeing some of these Walking Dead filming locations with an actual actor or actress, and somebody who also works in this industry. Now, I think probably next year I'm going to try to talk to my friend Carl Fismer. Carl is, actually I might even do it this summer. I might talk to Carl, and I might see if he would be willing to take me on a 1715 fleet dive to in Florida for treasure, sunken treasure. Although we probably might not find anything. But anyway, you guys, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care. Means a lot. Anyway, I already said that. Anyway, it just goes to show that y'all care and that y'all really want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, this vlog is over.